Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue Might and Magic Book 2, Gates to Another World. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, in our previous episode we went through Volcania Cavern, and we increased our endurance up to the 50s permanently. And also we found out some other important messages. We've accumulated quite a few. And, excuse me. And so when we get to when we get all of them down, um, or when we recorded all of them. Let's see, we're still in Volcania, right? Oh, so let's go ahead and I guess get the two hirelings that are here. So we go into Belinthra's bar. So as we learned in Volcania's cavern, that we come here to Belinthra's bar, go to the specialties, and buy troll liver, right? Yes, an incredible bill. Now we go back to the door. Oh, and we have a fight. It's a pretty easy fight. But this actually becomes a permanent fight from now on. Every time you enter the bar, you have to fight. So a barbarian and a sorcerer confront you. I'm Thundar, and this is Ariel. We like your style, and you may hire us at any time. Look us up at the Hotel 4. We'll be waiting. Okay. Okay, yay, a little bit. I think this is the Hotel 4, right? Yeah. So yeah, Thundar is a barbarian, and yeah, Ariel is a sorceress. We won't be using either of them, um, just for the reasons that I had outlined in our previous episode. I'm not going to take the time to like level up and showcase every hireling. In some instances, in some playthroughs, um, I do like to do that, but not this one. This is just that would take too much time that I don't want to put into that. Okay, so we're gonna go now to Atlantium. We've gotten everything that we need from Volcania, and so now instead of just being um, the place where we come to train, it'll be more. I don't know. This will be like kind of a. Oh, I think Drog can train, right? Now check this out. 23 hit points versus I think was it 16 or 18. So the amount of HP that we get now per level is just going to be outstanding. So things are really expensive here in Atlantium. For example, let's see, it's up here, right? So local mage guild for 50,000 gold. We don't need to buy a mage guild yet because we can't even. We're not even of the level that we can learn them. So there's no point in doing that. I did mention I think that the red. So we have the red tickets and we have the red key. However, um, our level is too low for us to fight those battles, I think. Um, tier level 7, I think we're okay with, which is what we would fight in Middlegate. But in Atlantium, that goes all the way up to 9, and I don't think we're at that level yet. But what we want to do here, there's really not much to do except just point out the important messages that are on the north side of the town. Or I should say on the east and west, northwest, northeast. In here, it's just mobs that are knights and warrior mobs, and then on the other side of the town, I think it's mobs or enemies that are sorcerer and cleric mobs. I think that's what that means. But anyway, oh, in the Tundarn basement, um, there was that number 1312. I think that refers to the XY coordinates that it was trying to point us at. And the 1312, it was just that random room that had the magic herbs in it that you have to teleport to. So it's like okay, that's fun that it gives you those coordinates, but it's like there was nothing really important there. Magic herbs don't do anything except cast first aid. So anyway, makes me wonder if they had wanted to include something cool in there, like maybe a cool item, a cool weapon, piece of armor but then they forgot, and they're like, oh crap, let's do something real quick. Let's put a magic herb in there. Ha ha ha, let's troll them. Anyway, so this is where we finally find out about the class quests. Now, if you're at the very beginning of the game and you're doing the quests that Nordana gives you, and you come, and you explore the towns more than what I did at the beginning, then you'll probably run into these and you'll probably have a good idea of some direction of where to go and kind of have a goal point as to what we need to gear our characters up to. So, Brutal Bruno, the barbarian chieftain, asserts his authority over all barbarians in C4015. Now, of course, there's one for everybody. Baron Wilfrey's lair is in B2-11-2. It is rumored that only a mighty archer may defeat him. Now, I had mentioned that, like, so our robber's gonna go with everybody to their quest, and the robber needs mountaineering and pathfinding because for most of these, you have to have one or the other. So to get to Brutal Bruno the Barbarian, you have to have mountaineering. So our robber and our barbarian, they will of course need mountaineering because you have to have two people to have the skill for it to work, which is silly, but that's how the game is. Likewise with Baron Wilfrey, um, you need pathfinding. And then up here, the Dread Knight resides in B3 514. In this one, you need, I think, either pathfinding or mountaineering. We're going to do mountaineering. And then, of course, this just describes how the sly robbers should accompany at least one class or maybe all. They slink unnoticed yet reap many rewards. Learn from the mountain jurors in D207. Oh, and this guy, by the way, the Dread Knight, is almost directly south of Middlegate. It's just literally over those mountains to the south of Middlegate. So now if we go to the other side of the city, let's not go in the Colosseum because that fight would probably wreck us a little bit. The Vixen Dawn, rumored to have more lives than a cat from hell, hides from ninja assassins in her mist bog in D489. There's a few things that we're gonna do, or there are for us to do in the mist bog. The evil wizard. This is a funny thing that I did not realize until um, just I think recently when I was kind of planning out what I wanted to do for this game. So Yubmug left 23, right 46. The Good Wizard Yekop left 54, right 32. Interested sorcerers should inquire at the two castles, Isle of the Ancients. Now, why is that funny? Well, Yubmug and Yekop are just names of two fairly well-known 80s cartoon characters, Gumby and Pokey. Gumby was the little green dude, and I don't even know what he resembled, but Pokey was his horse, his friend horse. And it was a very popular cartoon. It was like those clay, I think it was clay animations is what they called them. They phased out in the 90s quite quickly, but in the 80s they were, I think maybe even 70s as early as that. They were very popular. So Gumby and Pokey, it's just their names backwards. So um, and then find Korak's soul in area C1. Excuse me, 1015. Cleric should reunite it with his heavily guarded body. This is perhaps, I don't know. I remember this is the most difficult quest, but I'm pretty sure that I remember how now, or I know now how to make it easier. Paladins should rid the Forbidden Forest of its dungeon-dwelling frost dragon at 8-8. So, anyway, those are the 8 quests that need to be done in order for us to really start to progress in the main quest line. So, anyway, now in here, let's see, on this side, I think there's just random encounters. No Melter, Nasty Witch Sprite, Super Sprite, Beggar. Let's go ahead and take this fight. Those fights in Volcania's basement were just there was only what, a couple of them that we took, but that one with like the 26 devil soldiers. I mean, holy cow. Uh, oh, we need to change our delay. That that was just like, what, really? Uh, you know. So anyway, I really wasn't expecting that. I thought the fights would be like kind of challenging because we're getting to the more advanced the more advanced lost gems. That's rude. The more advanced, what I'm trying to say, the more advanced um, dungeons, the more advanced caverns like Volcania Cavern and Atlantium Cavern are, quite a bit higher up than the uh, than the others. But I was not expecting like a whole group of um, level 10 mobs. So anyway, yeah, I couldn't spit that out. That was hard to enunciate or utter. Let's see what else we got. Skeletons. Okay. Surprised that this is there's a fight that's easy here. Just cast Destroy Undead and that should kill all the skeletons. Um, Kind of makes me worried about Atlantium's dungeon. I don't remember if Atlantium's dungeon is more difficult, less difficult. But it seems like that's been the trend. Like, we went to Tundara. The first couple of encounters were like really, like, whoa, this is serious business. Werebats? Nah, we don't need to take that fight. Okay. And then I think the only other random encounters up here. Oh, there is somewhere up north here. Yeah, the city jail. Um, I don't remember. Is this? Let's run and see if that's a randomized battle. I mean, I don't care about that previous battle. Okay, greedy snitch. 115 giant beetles. Okay, we are on cautious, right? Oh man. I wonder if it's throwing like giant beetles are level 1 or 2. I think they're level 1. Maybe they just threw so many at us because um let's fireball them. I don't think that it'll do anything. Yeah, they're pretty resistant, it seems like. So anyway, we should be able to get most of them. Nice hits. Gargoyles are not undead. Of course, I had to paralyze one of them. 312 damage. That is fantastic. I guess Vala? Sling +2. That was worthless. Okay. Katya, can I do restore condition? Remove condition. Amadea. All right, and I think there's some people back here we need to free. I think there's some hirelings back here. Giant ogres are no problem anymore. Nice backstab. All right, search. Scimitar +4. There we go. A harassed cleric and a battered archer look up at you in surprise. The cleric says, I am Big Boutte, and this is Cleo Gotcha. Alright, these are a couple of the names that really illustrate just how silly they were getting with the hireling name. It's just like, well, what should we name these hirelings? I know. Let's name the cleric Big Boutte. And an archer Cleo Gotcha. Really? Thank you for freeing us. We were imprisoned falsely for uncouth behavior by the stodgy Atlanteans. We are now available for hire at the Carriage Inn. Which is funny because even though they're called the Atlanteans stodgy, uh, let's see. Conjurer, Wing Steeds. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll fight them. Um, they they call them yeah, stodgy, but the carriage inn is the Atlantium inn. So it's like, okay. Oh, swamp things breathe acid or something like that. So let's take them down. There we go. And wing steeds, they don't really pose a threat to us. Okay, just gold. Okay, and of course, oops, unlock. Unlock. Thank you. All right, that's about it. I don't want to really bother with any of the other random encounters in here. There's nothing special. Um, so let's, I guess let's rest and head to the basement. Let's see. Yes. Or not rest, I meant save. And then I think the basement's up in the northwest corner here. So I am gonna just go ahead and kind of cheese our way through with teleport. I mean, why not, right? I mean, let's I know the dungeon. I have my map. Let's be smart about what we're doing here. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the messages. So first message, if we go 2 to the west, face north, Amadea cast, teleport, and then go one. Actually, let's not. We can just take the fight. I think. I think we can take the fight at the door. I think. Ugh. Ah, they're thieves. Never mind. Never mind. Actually, we'll do that one last. Um, let's see. I think that's a set fight. Mutants. Lots of mutants. Well, that's fine. Oh, but they're like, okay, let's cast invisibility. They're resistant to magical damage. There we go. Cast. I don't think we really need to cast bless. We're doing pretty well. Ouch. Some of those blasts though. See, we got invisibility off. Let's see, I guess feeble mind. Is that gonna even affect them? Nah, because like they're not undead, right? Mutants. Let's go to mutants. It's like they're humanoid, but they resist magic like it's mutant. Yeah, they have a magic resistance of 3 out of 9, and they resist everything: fire, electricity, acid, but not cold. Actually, let's see if I guess next time we can try a cold spell on and see if that. Whoa, that backstab. That's nice. Um, let's cast Cure Wounds on HK. 29 damage. Alright. Do I have a cold beam? 15 points of damage. Not terrific. Oh, that was a bad hit. Oops. Cast Cure Wounds on HK again. Ow, man. HK is taking a beating. Let's see. I only have one cold spell. What about Disrupt? Dang, yeah, they're That's like a 50% damage mitigation. Yeah, whatever. I guess we'll just cast or just attack with Amadea. Just fine. Okay, HK, please dodge a hit, for heaven's sake. Okay. Oh yeah, we're just attacking. And that was more effective than anything else that we've done. Okay, come on, people. Nope, 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 nope. I did not want to cast that spell. That was a total button fail or menu fail. Happens a lot. I try and anticipate the movement of the mouse, and then my thumb hits the button before it moves, and that happens quite a bit actually. Cast Power Cure on Amadea. Still a little squishy, it seems. Once we start to get everybody's armor class in the 40s, that'll be a lot better. Because mutants, really, they're not that high up. They're only, what? They're tier 7, so, eh. This will be good experience. It'll be crap, what am I trying to say? It won't be good. It won't be good loot. Their loot table is a joke. It's oh no, it's 2 and 2. Never mind. Maybe I'm thinking of swamp things, because the swamp things I think look like the mutants. It's hard to remember if you just go by battle sprites, like um which one drops good stuff and which ones drop nothing, and so on and so forth. But anyway, so we might get some good loot here. And we might get awful loot, who knows. But it's 2 and 2. Katya, let's go ahead and just fight. There's only one left. Get him. Alright, 12,000 experience points, alright. Not too shabby. Of course, there's going to be magic and trap. An iron helm plus 2. 12,000 gold each, okay. That was decent. If time enough is spent in the elemental plane of air, square 114 or square 114 should be seen for encasement purposes. All right, very good. Okay, let's see now if we come down here, we're not going to go in any of the other rooms. They're just all fixed fights. And I don't remember if any of them are good for experience or what. Well, I guess we could see. Let's just actually take a look. We've got plenty of time. So written on the wall, buy tickets to the Arena, the Monster Bowl, and the Coliseum at your local blacksmith. Hurry, limited time offer. So in here we actually get our first clues of and the only clue is about the Triple Crown. So what's in here? Dwarven Knights and Seductresses. Well, Seductresses can only be damaged by females. Dwarven Knights worry me because they probably have a lot of health and they probably resist magic. Dwarven Knights, 100 health. Oh yeah. 4 attacks, 30 damage each, and they have ranged. Their resistance, 3 of 9. Or basically 30% resistance. I should just say it like that. Or 33% resistance, whatever. They are resistant to, and then they're not immune, but higher. They have a higher resistance to fire, cold, sleep paralysis, or a natural resistance. Like their natural resistance gives them, I think, an additional 25% on top of the like 30%. So that's why it's like no use. But they give good items and gold. They're tier 8. Uh, I don't know. Let's try it. We're probably marching to our death. Let's cast invisibility. Attack, 58 damage. As long as we get our hits in, I think we'll be fine. We've got to take out the seductresses because they paralyze. Um, oh crap. Let's bless. Or actually, let's power cure Vala. Rude, 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 rude. Did no one get paralyzed? That would be fantastic. Okay, that was a good round. That was a very good round, actually. Let's take that Seductrix down. Ladies, come on. Nice hits. Fight, Seductress. Okay. I find it highly irritating that Power Cure on Squirtle. Paralyze, excuse me, is a party. It's a party spell. But then, if we go to, is it the cleric spells? Where's the cleric spells? Level 5. Oh, it is AoE, so my cleric can cast paralyze on up to 10 monsters. That's basically that's 10 monsters is usually the amount in melee range, unless of course they have ranged attacks. Then I think the next 2 to 4 can hit you. Okay, let's just attack since Dwarven Knights are resistant to magic, and it wouldn't do much good. It would just be a um, waste of magic points. 5,700 experience. All right, what do we got? Herbal patch. Really? 23,000 gold. Hey, that's not too shabby. I'll take that. What about here? Vikings? Nah. Oh, we have to fight it. Well, I don't want to fight Vikings because they're, I don't know. Vikings, let's just look at them. Vikings, I think they're less scary than the Dwarven Knights, but because we fought them before. Vikings, 80 health, 3 attacks, 30 damage each. Yeah, their loot table's only 1 and 1, so we're gonna get out of here. Time distortion, yes please. Um, let's resurface and we are gonna rest and then get rebuffed. Buffing here is expensive, but I mean we've earned plenty of money. Oh, only 3. It took us 3 times. Yeah, Fey Farthing. I don't want it. That just means we've donated to all the temples once again. Okay. So now, let's see. We need to. Let's go ahead and get our intelligence up. So let's cast teleport. How many is it? 1, 2. Let me count right this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we turn west. No, east. Excuse me. And a statue of a renowned scholar kneels with a book in hand. Read pages? Yes. Ah, after reading the pages, you are enlightened. So this gains us plus intelligence up to the 50 to 59 range. Let's see, I don't think I have any items on. Let's see, it only really matters for Vala and Amadea. Yeah, I don't have anything that buffs intelligence. So, Vala, Lloyd's, nope. Lloyd's Beacon, set new beacon, Katia cast, surface. Okay, okay, so we did it once. twice. Oop. 3 times. Oops. I think that's it, right? Because Vala's intelligence is already 21, and yeah, Amadeus is 20. Okay, yeah, so we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. Okay, so now if we go down here, I don't remember if there's any fights. Right here. Okay, so now we're going to teleport again. Teleport 3 spaces. And a message. Flailer and Fumbler have been taken captive and chained among many others at the Pearl Islands. So that's another thing that we would have to refer to our illustrated mini-map, not mini-map, our illustrated map for. So I think there's a fight right here. Yeah, werewolves and shamans. They're not bad. We'll go ahead and cast invisibility. Drog. I think the shamans are a higher priority because they have. I think the shamans have paralyze. Thing about paralyze is it's basically like being rendered unconscious. The whole party gets paralyzed. It's a wipe. Like you can't just sit there and take damage because it doesn't wear off. I don't think in combat. I think you can. I think you can rest it off. I can't remember. In one of our previous episodes, I think we were paralyzed and we were able to rest it off. So anyway, that was a pretty good fight. Decent loot for, well, expected loot, I should say, for the type of fight. Alrighty, so now, if we just venture over here, in this little corner, there's another message. Buy a key from a locksmith and win a battle of the same color in each forum. So, Arena, Monster Ball, or Colosseum. Go then to the castles and find a bishop of that key's colors battle. So, this is where it tells you about the Triple Crown. And it's in such an obscure corner that, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't my first playthrough that I found this. I think that the whole Triple Crown, understanding how the Triple Crown worked, didn't even, well, maybe it was the first playthrough because you have to know what the Triple Crown is to do the Black Triple Crown. But I was so far beyond where the green, yellow, and red would have even benefited me that this information would have been like, oh, that's pointless. So this is one of those things that you really have to have foreknowledge of, unless you get really super stupid lucky and come here in Atlantium's dungeon um, and find this little obscure corner. It's possible because if you're playing Might and Magic, you're probably going to be of an exploratory nature anyway, and so it's very possible you could come here. It's just not likely because the way that I think of or when I'm exploring these types of games, I would see Atlantium as okay. This is the city where everything's the most expensive. Random encounters are probably going to be higher level, and so if I go to the dungeon of that town, I'm probably going to get my face melted off trying to, find important stuff. So I need to level up before I go there. Anyway, I'm very low risk when it comes dead end and death. I don't think we even need to go up there, but I really want to know what this fight is. I can't remember, so we're gonna do it. Oh, mad peasants. Whatever. They frenzy and suicide, but nothing that's major. Okay, so now we are going to go up here and teleport to that room that we were going to try and break into, but they were thieves, and we don't want all of our gems stolen, especially from Katia or Amadea. Granted, it's easier to get them back from the ice cave, but just don't want to deal with that headache. So, teleport. And teleport to... Those stats are looking really good. We'll do luck later. Um, to get to the luck hotspot, we have to take a fight. That is a group of lucky dogs, and lucky dogs, they'll usually juggle your party, and everyone takes damage. They do random effects. The most common is juggling your party. Okay, I need to pay attention and count. I think it's 5. Yeah, and lucky dogs, they're beyond what we could handle right now. Harry, Carry, and No Name can be found simply sitting around in the cavern under Volcania at 114, and we've already freed them. I think Harry Carry um, is the ninja that I traditionally would take with me through the end of the game. I can't even remember what No Name is. If he's a robber or a cleric, or I don't even remember what No Name is. I never used it, No Name. I find it kind of rude that they only give 3 female hirelings and like 20 male hirelings. It's like I like my party to be diverse. I like I want to be able to have more female hirelings if I want to. But because, well, it's the 80s, this is definitely a game that I would never have expected a girl to play. Although I'm sure that there were those out there that were, but the 80s, it was very boys play video games, girls play with dolls. That's kind of the culture, or the demographic alignment. So anyway, I think that's all the important messages. I'm just kind of hanging out here because I'm looking at my map. So we got the information about the air encasement, Carry No Name, who we've already freed. We got our intelligence up. We got the clues about the tickets, the Triple Crown, and now there's 2 statues, well, 3 statues in the 3 rooms that are, let's see. So you can kind of see the place we've not explored in the south area. There are 3 rooms down there that have statues. 2 of them, if you touch them, well, one of them damages you, and then you have a battle. The other one reduces your statistics temporarily to 3, and then you have a battle, which is awful because you usually die because you can't hit anything. You always go last. Uh, yeah, it's an awful battle. You have to basically cast time distortion and hope that that first round of combat doesn't end you. And then um, the third statue teleports you, and I don't know if it's random or fixed, but anyway, there you have it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna touch this statue, our marble statue of a winged beast. Actually, no, we're not gonna touch it. But we are going to set Lloyd's beacon here for reasons. Right? I don't need it for anything else right now. Yeah, let's set Lloyd's beacon. Set new beacon. Okay, let's go ahead and surface. Done. All right. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and save. See, we have full health, right? Not search, view character. And I think we have to rest to get her spell points reset to what they should be. Same thing with Vala. Alright, but anyway. So now what we've got a lot of choices that we can do. So if we take all of our let's see, get my notebook here. All right, here we go. If we take our notebook and I get and we compile all of our important messages, we've taken no less at this point than, I gotta go to the end. 60, I think. Yeah, 60 messages that give us useful information, right? Only three of them we've reconciled, and that's the Lloyd's Beacon clue that we got in Middlegate Cavern, the green interleave that we've already, resolved, and we know what that's about. Which becomes redundant because it just told us about the quests from Mount Jur, which we find out in Atlantium anyway. Which I think that if you follow Nordana's advice in Middlegate, which I think probably 95% of people would do that anyway. Um, they're going to find out the class quests in Atlantium far sooner than going out and wandering around, finding the green messages, doing the interleave, finding the interleave. So the green message, the message system itself is kind of silly because you figure out all the things that the messages tell you usually before you get all the messages, the interleaves, and figure them out. So I don't know. The message system, it's quaint, it's neat, and it's a relic from Might and Magic 1 or a carryover thing feature, but it's nothing that's actually useful. All right. So anyway, we're basically left with let me see here. There's several things that we can do. There's a couple dozen, or there's about a dozen things that we can do. Um, just fight some random battles while let's see, Curse Slayers, Stabbing Stars. We're just gonna auto combat this one. Uh, so we could go and do, whoa, plate armor +3, serious? Nice. Um, this is a set fight. This is what we got last time. Okay, interesting. This would actually be a good place to come at the beginning of the game, not at this point. So anyway, we could finish the Lord Quest Hordal gave us. So find the sword of whatever's left. Courage? I don't know. We could do the red triple crown and Epicurean quest, which isn't really a quest, it's just a thing. There's of course Lord Heart and the Black Triple Crown. I used to like to do those together. There's Lord Slayer's quest, and then there's we can free all the hirelings. We can collect all the spells. Well, most of them. We need to wait until day 93, Nature's Day, to get one in particular. We could do or work towards, there's the Mount Jur's quest, the discs, the talons, the orbs. That's going to be a later anyway. Dragon's Domain. There's a fight, the Cat from Hell fight that I always like to do. The Cuisinarts, those are later. The circus, trading 3 for 5. We're probably not going to do that. We'll see. Anyway, so there's a whole lot of things that we can do based off of either the messages that we've been given or kind of where we're at in the game. So the question is, what next? Well, that'll be our next episode. So we're going to save. Let's go ahead and rest so that it resets our spell points for. Yeah. So now she has 44 instead of 28, and Amade has 110 instead of 70. So that's fantastic. Let's see, carriage in. Let's go ahead and get our buffs and then save and quit. No. Alright. Temple. Oh, thank you for blessing me on my first donation. Okay. Alright, so we're in a good spot with our level where we are. So like I said, our next episode is going to be just determining kind of where we're going to go next, since we need to find a good place to get experience. We do need better gear. We need to start getting +5, +6 stuff, and higher. Preferably, +8, +10, and better. Especially, armor. Our armor class is fine, but it's it's not fine enough. So um, we need to figure out if we need to like go grind gear, which is always, a drag, but whatever. We'll do what we have to. So anyway, until our next episode where we figure out where we're going to go next. So long for now.